Hey there. So this past weekend, my local comic shop, which is a Graham Crackers location, had a big sale on recent issues. So this is the stack I got, so I thought I'd go through them here today and take a look at what I picked up. Now the sale is on newer issues. It's not anything from the last month, but it's like stuff that's still on the stands and like not necessarily back issues yet, you know, as these are still new comics. But I went in and definitely took advantage of the sale. I got stuff that I maybe wanted to try out, or like things I just don't normally pick up, but I do want in the collection, that kind of thing. So starting off, we've got some new issues of this current Batgirl series. And again, I don't pick up a lot of the Batman spin-off books as they're coming out. I'll kind of pick them up later on the cheap, which is what I've done here with these. It's kind of worked out for me over the years, honestly. I've gotten a lot of pretty complete collections of the series like that. So first off, we've got Batgirl number 7, and then 9, 10, 11, and 13. And again, I haven't really read this series that much, so I'm looking forward to this. Then kind of got the same thing here with the Poison Ivy book from DC. I bought this book for about a year when it was coming out, but I dropped it at a certain point just because I was probably getting too many books. But now I'm picking them up, you know, on sale here. So I got issues 16, 21, 25, 28. Got issue 30 here. And then issues 31, 32, 34, 35, and 36. And what's this? 37, 38, 39, 40. So yeah, good little run of Poison Ivy here. Now, kind of continuing that same thing, here's Harley Quinn. Again, I was getting this for quite a while. I was getting a lot of the variant covers and things for this title. Then I just kind of dropped off. So picking these up now with issues 44, 45, 46, 48, 49, 50. And then 51, 52, 53, 54, and 56. And then I got the second issue of the Harley Quinn Elvira crossover. I've got a couple issues of this. I think I'm missing the first issue, so I got to track that down. They didn't have that on the stand when I went the other day. Then moving on to Superman. These are some issues of Action Comics I was looking for. So these are the ones written by Mark Waid before he started his run during the Summer of Superman on like telling the Superboy story in Action Comics. So I saw back when this came out that it was Mark Waid and another writer. I thought they were like co-writing or something like that, but it turns out it's Mark Waid's story and a backup story, which I didn't realize. I thought, oh, there's two writers doing this, and the other one is just kind of maybe carrying the weight, and they're just kind of throwing Mark Waid's name on it. I wasn't really sure what was going on, so I passed on it. Now that I've realized these are just Mark Waid stories, I'm going back and picking them up. So we've got issue 1073, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81. So yeah, I'm only missing a couple of those now. Then we've got Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum #1 by Maxwell Prince. Yeah, this is one I just kind of passed on when it came out. I wasn't really interested in it, but I heard really good reviews of it, so I thought, you know, get the first issue cheap, might as well check it out. Then moving on to Marvel, we've got Wolverine Revenge, and so this was the Red Band series that Marvel came out with. I did a review of the first issue on the channel here, but I didn't really pick up the others. I have since read this on Marvel Unlimited, and I like the story more than I like the first issue. So I went ahead and picked these up. So I got issues 2, 4, and 5. So I still got to find issue 3 of this, but I don't think that'll be too hard. It's a Wolverine book, you know, I'm sure there's plenty out there. Then also for Marvel, we've got Venom Black, White, and Blood #1. Again, I'm a fan of these sort of black and white and red stories. Again, this sort of started back in the day with Batman Black and White. And so, you know, Marvel does a lot of these now, and there was a Grendel series like this back in the day. So I'm just kind of picking these up as I find them. And so I got the first issue here with the Greg Capullo cover. And then I got the second issue here with the Eric Larson cover. And again, sort of the old school sort of trade dress that he also does on Savage Dragon, his creator-owned title. Then I got the first issue of the Boba Fett Black, White, and Red. And again, this is a Star Wars book, so it's black, white, and red, not black, white, and blood like the other Marvel stuff. I wonder if that's something Star Wars makes them do, if they're not allowed to put blood in the title. Then kind of moving on to some indie books. We've got the Space Ghost Johnny Quest crossover Space Quest. Again, this was something I kind of saw when it came out, but it was probably just like one more book that month sort of thing. So I got issues 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I think this is the whole series. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Might be trying not to give away spoilers here. Here, I'll look at this off camera real quick and see. I think this is, yeah, it's got the end at the end of this. So it is 4 issues. I wasn't sure if it was 5 or 6 or what, but yeah, it looks like I've got the whole story here, so that's cool. Then from IDW, I picked up some Ninja Turtles comics. So we've got Ninja Turtles Godzilla #1. And then I got some more issues of Mutant Nation. I picked up some of these back when they came out. And I think maybe last time the store did this sale, I got some more of them too. So I've got issues 4, 5, and 6 here. And then I picked up the second issue of the Casey Jones title. Again, they were out of the first, or I would have picked that up too. So I'll probably try to track that down now. And then moving on to Image, we've got Rat City. This is a book I was getting when it came out, and I'm kind of getting back into it now. I've been on kind of a big 90s kick lately, picking up old 90s comics and stuff like that. And so Rat City, you know, which is sort of like a sci-fi take on the Spawn story, has kind of been scratching that itch for me now. So I've gone back and picked up some issues I was missing of that. And again, I'm kind of getting the new ones as they come out. So let's see, I got issues 15 here, and then 16, 18. I really like that cover. That's a cool cover there, just of his face. And 19. So I'm only missing like maybe 2 or 3 issues of this run now. So I got to find those, and I'll have all that. So yeah, that was everything I picked up in the sale. I know Graham Crackers has a lot of locations around the country, you know, mostly in the Midwest, but were you able to go to one of the stores? Did you pick up some cool stuff? You know, there's a lot of stuff on sale. It's everything that is on their new racks, except for like stuff from the last 4 or 5 weeks or something like that. And there's other exceptions to the sale too, but this was like everything I bought that was on sale. So yeah, I feel like it's a pretty good haul. I think it's probably close to 60 books, I think. I'd have to double check and count, but I think it's around that. But yeah, or have you just found any good sales lately at comics? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching. If you'd like to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter/X at Detective651, also on Instagram at Detective651. Be sure to check out my t-shirt store at tpublic.com/user/Detective651. I've got a lot of nerdy designs on there, and there's sales all the time, so check it out frequently.